Yo, what's up? Today is October 29th, hence the jack-o'-lantern in the back. Yeah, that's my first jack-o'-lantern I ever did myself, hence the no teeth. He's definitely gumming it right now. I fucked up a little bit on the teeth part, but nevertheless, it's a couple days of Halloween, and I wanted to ask, I guess, a couple of questions to myself, to the world, whoever chooses or would like to watch. But that question is, do you ever wonder if people think about the same things that you do, or if they think about them in any capacity similar to you? Because I'm definitely one of those people. And the thoughts that I have are usually questions. I ask myself a lot of questions. I hope that I find the right answer, or at least the answer that makes the most amount of sense to me. And the question I usually find myself coming back to time and time again is, who am I? Right? Or who are you, for that matter? Do you know? Would you like to know? And I typically frame that question with two different perspectives in mind. One being, are you the sum of your experiences, or do you choose who you are through the decisions that you make for yourself? To some people, the answer to that question might be very simple. One second. Monitor went to sleep. And the others, it might be the first time they actually even thought about that question, right? It's definitely something that's more along the lines of being introspective. I spend a lot of time alone. I am an introvert, so I think very deep in these ways. However, I guess the best way to start with understanding that question, or understanding how to come at that question, is discussing who are you exactly right now. I'll tell you who I am right now. I'm Nazim. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm 27 years old, and I live alone. I work a regular job and make a regular paycheck. Like I said, I'm an introvert. I like to spend a lot of time alone. Mostly, I like to spend time with the people that I care about, really. That's really what I've come to find out, understand about myself. I'm a Sagittarius. Birthday is in 2 months. All right, yes, 2 months, December. If that means anything to you, great. It doesn't mean as much to me as I know it does to other people. I'm not big into astrology. However, back to my question and understanding who am I, we could stop it right there. I could definitely leave with what I said so far as the answer to that question. Who am I? I'm Nazim, I'm 27 years old, whoop-de-whoop. And that could be the end of it. In my personal opinion, that's very superficial or very surface level. I don't think who I am is simply just identified with the information you can find on my birth certificate or on my mail. I think that I, including everyone else, is a bit more than that, right? And I've definitely taken some notes. Mind you, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:12 a.m. I'm coming from the gym. Kinda, not really. I came from the gym around 12 o'clock. I've been trying to set up to do this video for 3 hours. This is the very first video I've ever made. Yeah, at least by myself. So it's different, and I'm trying to figure it out. But why am I recording then, right? I guess that's the next progressional, if that's a word, the next question that I could answer or identify. And I wanted an avenue to discuss and talk about the things that I'm interested in or that I ponder a lot. And I have friends and small amounts of family members that I can speak to and I do speak to them, but they don't always want to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm usually the much more introspective one, and I make people go like, "Oh yeah, that's you really be thinking about some other shit." And so I just had wanted to record myself and see if there is other people out there like me that think about the same things that I do. And if not, maybe I can help you start thinking about certain things differently than you had before in the past. I don't know what this is. Don't pay that any mind. Um, but like I said, I think very deep, and I can also be very long-winded, which tires some people out. Some other people were able to hang in there for me, but yeah, I could be long-winded, as you probably can already tell. And I've also have told so many different people in my life, or that have been in my life, or come in my life, whatever the case may be, that have an interest in wanting to make content and record themselves to stop waiting for the right moment, stop waiting for motivation to kick in or inspiration to kick in, right? Stop waiting until you've purchased all the top-notch equipment that your favorite content creators have or use, and just record. Just stop thinking so hard about it. Get a camera on yourself and press the red button. So I wanted to, I guess you could say, take my own advice. Hell, maybe I'll be motivation for them to do the things that they really want to do, or maybe even motivation for you, whoever you may be, and watching this to do it. Because trust me, when I say that I'm somebody that don't like to put myself out there in any way, shape, or form, I mean that to my core. The people that know me know that to be the truth. So this is very terrifying, but it's something that I wanted to try and be courageous to just give it a shot. Now, another way I can tackle it is on identifying who do I want to be, right? That's a good question. Who do I want to be? Who do you want to be? Well, for me, I will tell you exactly what I wrote down because I wrote some like bullet points on these questions, and they are interesting to say the least. Who do I want to be? I wrote down that I want to be a provider, a future husband, a father, dependable, and successful. Almost all, if not all of those things require me to be someone that someone else relies on. And I've identified within myself not too long ago, really, that's something that I don't want to say intrinsically, but definitely something that I've placed on myself ever since I was a very small age, leaving little to no room for prioritizing myself, putting myself first, right? I love the idea of being someone that others can rely on, depend on. I know how tough it is to come across people like that, so I take value in being someone like that myself. But unfortunately, it definitely has and does contribute to me not looking after myself internally the way that I should, right? Now, I'm not going to get down that rabbit hole. That's not what I'm here to talk about in this moment. But those are definitely some of the things that I want to be. Where am I going? Right? What's some of my goals and ambitions and milestones I want to be? I've learned through my years that it's much better to focus on small goals. And I mean small goals, maybe even really small, versus big picture. The small goals help you identify big picture later on. Don't worry about that. Small goals is, like for me, some of my small goals are stay on top of my credit, right? We all should be looking forward to doing that. And if we're already in it as an adult, I hope you're on top of it, because it's very easy to get behind on that type of shit. Um, Continuously looking for and searching for better paying work, while at the same time developing skills that would allow me to be able to jump into different fields, right? Not just hoping that one day I'll land across a job or come across a job that'll pay me more for me not having anything, no better skills than I currently have. It's always good to be trying to grow your, I guess, your skill base, right? What can you do? What are you good at? What can't you do? What aren't you good at? Identifying those things too are important. But definitely some of my small goals is trying to better my life right now. Just right now. Within this timeline, within this vicinity, over the next 3 to 6 months, right? Rather than years down the line. And another good thing to address, I think, for yourself and for me, where have you been, right, in life? Where have I been in life? Well, it's like I said, I'm 27. I think I've had, only 5 or 6 jobs. My first job was being a cashier at Burlington Coat Factory. One of the most annoying jobs that I've ever had. Again, I haven't had many, but it's definitely something that it's one of my least favorite jobs. I've done door-to-door sales. Yeah, I was that guy coming up to your door knocking, talking about, hey, we got, electricity. Do you want some electricity? Yeah, great times. Oh, shit. Pay that any mind as much as you can. I might just leave that in there, because I'm definitely not great at editing in any way, shape, or form yet. But yeah, I worked in construction fields. I worked at UPS. I've been the supervisor at UPS. I work for Amazon currently. I'm a college dropout. Yeah, I've been to college. I attended LaSalle University 2016. Dropped out the following year. That's another interesting story. Interesting story. Maybe one day I'll address it. Who knows? I have a lot of trauma in my life, such the same as everybody else. That don't make me no different or no better or no worse. Everybody got their own traumas. And yeah, identifying what makes up who you are in this moment, where you want to be, what you want to do, and where have you been. Those are some great things that I walk through mentally into getting me the answer about who I am. And that leads me back to the question at hand. Is who you are the sum of your experiences, or do you choose who you are through your ability to make decisions for yourself? In my personal estimation, the answer is probably both. Then the next question, in my opinion, is to decide which of the two factors you or I will allow to weigh more. Will you allow your past, whatever has come before you? Yeah, before you. It's definitely not after you. What has came before who you are in this moment that you're watching the video that I'm talking? Will you allow that to be the end-all be-all as to who you are? I'm sure you've been through a lot of different things and you've been taught a lot of different things. Will that be where you leave it? Or will you make new choices and new decisions about what you want to do with your life and who you want to be to the people you care about, right? Who do you want to be for yourself and towards yourself? versus how you was yesterday, or more realistically, how you was probably a couple years ago, right? Um, yeah, I usually come to that answer. Definitely, I think it's both. I think it's both, but it's up to you. Again, the next question is, which one's going to weigh more? Which one will you allow to weigh more? And I choose to allow the latter to weigh more. I choose to use my ability to make decisions in real time right now about what I want to do, where I want to be, where I want to go. Granted, everybody doesn't do so. I know a lot of people in my personal life who allowed everything that came before them to be who they are and to be who they are for the rest of their lives. And that's a scary way to live, in my personal opinion. It might not be to others, but it is to me. I don't know how long this video has been. Actually, that's a lie. It's been 16 minutes and 20 seconds. But it's just something I wanted to discuss and record, to put out for others to see, to contemplate, to hear. I mean, I'm probably not the greatest speaker. If you took the time or are taking the time to watch all of this, I greatly appreciate you, because I'm going to be completely real with you. I do not expect anyone to watch this in its entirety or find it useful, entertaining. It'd be nice to know if that's the case. You let me know. And you let me know if this is something, or if these type of questions are things that you would like to hear me talk about moving forward. Because I do plan on making more videos, having more discussions with you / me together, but not really, because I'm talking to my fucking camera. Yeah, I've been told that I'm definitely a yapper. From the people that I speak to, that's the thing they might not understand. I'm only a yapper to people that I like to talk to about things I like to talk about. If I don't know you, or you don't have something to discuss that I'm interested in, you'll probably think something's wrong with me, because I just won't have much to say. I'm definitely trying to work on that. I allowed a lot of my introversion to be who I am, right, as a person. Right back to the who I am question. I've allowed my past to dictate who I am in the present. I've done a lot of that in my life, and over the last couple of years, and I do mean couple, like the last 2 years, I've been putting in effort. Don't know if it's the greatest or the strongest, but definitely effort to be more conscious of who I am to myself and to the people around me, especially to the people I care about. And if that's something that you do as well, cool, man, good. I think that's a good thing. And if you don't, maybe give it some thought. I don't know. I have no idea what I could be talking about. Is it something that makes sense to me, and something that I think that, and given the time and consideration towards, will help me be a better person. I care about being a better person. And so, yeah, like I said again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Dummy back here. That took a lot of time to make. I put a lot of time and effort into that. And no, I don't have a candle for him yet. He doesn't have a name. Another thing, I'm speaking about who I am. I am Halloween geek, nerd, whatever you would like to call me. I actually tried to model this pumpkin in the shape of the jack-o'-lantern from Halloween, the movie, right? Michael Myers and all that. I love scary shit. I love scary stuff. I might be talking a lot about that, depending upon how I feel, where this goes. But yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna waste too much more of your time. Definitely not my time. I have work tomorrow. It's 3:30 in the morning. This is definitely some 3 a.m. Motivation type of shit where you jump up and want to do something. Granted, I have been working at this for 3 hours, but hey, we here. Yeah, that's it. I have not thought about how I wanted to conclude videos, so that's why I'm rambling. But again, if you watch this in its entirety, thank you. Stay tuned for more. I do plan on making more videos discussing different topics, talking about shit that I care about. And if you just happen to care about the same things, we good money. If you celebrate Halloween in any way, shout out to you. I am a Christian, but I grew up loving Halloween. I don't think that they butt heads as much as some people may think. But again, that's definitely something to be talked about and discussed later. If you would like, if y'all would like. And yeah, R.I.P. Michael Jackson. Yes, that was purposefully random. But I mean it. Peace, y'all. All right.